Take this job and shove it.
You are listening to the most popular radio podcast in my living room. I am Mike Baumgartner, JobcastRadio.com. Check out my website, JobcastRadio.com. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jobcast Radio, and we also have a fan page on Facebook where you can also find all my blog posts, all of my videos, and, of course, a link to the show. You can also find us up on iTunes. Download us each and every week. Follow us, and, of course, if you have a problem or a question, give me a call, 304-867-4142, or give me an email, mike@jobcastradio.com. Now, for all of you out there who are just about, and we do have some listeners, I'm actually pleased to hear, of people who are getting out of high school, thinking of going to college, and are starting to, and I'm getting more and more questions, what career should I start to go into? What jobs are really kind of the hot jobs? Well, I'll tell you one that I am actually kind of surprised is in a state of decline, especially given all the stuff that tends to go on in our lives, the more and more interaction with government and politics in our lives, and that is law and people wanting to become lawyers. In fact, in the Wall Street Journal by Nathan Koppel back on March 17th, there was an article, Law School Loses Its Allure as Jobs at Firms Are Scarce. Student applications to law schools are down sharply this year as college seniors grow leery of a degree that promises certain debt and uncertain job prospects. The number of law school applicants this year is down 11.5% a year ago to 66,867, according to the Law School Admission Council Incorporated, a figure which is a tally of applications for the fall 2011 class. It is the lowest since 2001. The council estimates that the application process is 86% complete based on historical patterns. So essentially what the article is saying is that many of you have suddenly become to realize that getting deep into debt, and how deep? Well, law school, $100,000, $200,000 in debt, depending on the school that you are going to, for a law degree, and an entry-level job in a law firm is not necessarily out there and waiting for you. And as you can tell, as you go into, if you're looking at late-night TV, what do you see? You see nothing but all these law firms and attorneys doing anything and everything they can to call them up so you could sue somebody because they're starving out there. And to get into that kind of debt is absolutely, it's risky. Going back to the article, prospective law students increasingly are aware that the grim job market for lawyers and the challenges they would face paying off law school loans, college career and the challenges they would face paying off law school loans. Corporate law firms, the long employer of choice for many graduates, have cut back on hiring in recent years, and most law firms haven't raised salaries for starting lawyers. A law degree can offer ample financial rewards for a select few. Some partners at corporate law firms now bill somewhere north of $1,000 an hour and earn more than $2 million annually. But to get to those heights, they have to ace law school, land one of the dwindling number of jobs at a corporate firm, and then perform years of often grueling grunt work to make a partner. And it's far from a sure bet. Even the American Bar Association has seen fit to drive home the risks of law school. The rising cost of a legal education, the realities of the legal job market mean that going to law school may not pay off, which noted that the average law school student could expect to graduate with more than $100,000 in school debt. Now think about that. You've gone through high school, you've gone through college, and you're thinking about going to law school. You already probably have some student loans, and now you're going to put $100,000 worth of debt on your back, and you may find yourself out of a job. And I got to be honest with you, in my job, in all the things that I do, I have found clearly that many, many people are applying for jobs, and they have law degrees, and they're not applying for jobs where they get to be a lawyer because they can't find a job. Or they can't find a job. I mean, look, an entry-level law job, you're looking at contracts, you're dealing with papers, you're crossing T's, you're dotting I's. You're not going to be paying off, you're going to be living fairly poor. It's the same in some areas of the medical profession. Now, not all medical professions. I have seen that healthcare providers, big demand for it. Healthcare is a big issue. We have a shortage of doctors. We do not have a shortage of lawyers. We have them in abundance. And during the 80s, the 90s, and the 20s, let's face it, we had lots and lots of people going to law school. Now, they're not. They still do it because everybody thinks that a lawyer, any lawyer is a rich lawyer. And unfortunately, lawyers have a tendency to want to live rich. It's just not happening. So before you go to law school, you need to ask yourself, if I have a $100,000 debt on me, what do I need to earn to live and survive paying off this debt? And defaulting on it is not an option, or at least it shouldn't be. So think that through as you begin to look at the various careers that you may want to take a look at. Again, medical professions, doctors, nurses, nursing schools. I can't tell you how many people have gone into nursing school that I have known who are living wonderfully good, productive lives, making ends meet. They earn a very good, decent hunk of pay, again, depending where you're living and where you're working. But nurses, it's not a bad profession. And now nurses, you've got licensed practitioners, you've got nurse anesthetists, people who are in the six figures without actually getting a doctor's degree. And, of course, doctors, God bless you, you're all doing fairly well, most of the ones that I know. Now, I get it. You're not making what you used to make back 20 years ago because Medicare, Medicaid, government reimbursements and health care costs are going up and up and up. And so we got to squeeze somebody, and sometimes eventually we have to squeeze the doctors. But it is not a bad profession to get into. Other professions to consider, electronics is still a good thing. As long as Apple is putting out their iPhones, there are lots and lots of competitors who are trying to match that, beat that market share. So BSEEs, engineers, software, computer people, you may think that there was a tech bubble and it blew out and nobody's doing it. They're hiring them, and they're starting to hire them even more. So electronics is good. Tech is still good. Medical is still good. Lawyers, there'll always be a lawyer job out there for some of you. But I guarantee you that there are BSEEs, that's Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, some of these computer folks making more money than lawyers are. Think about that as you start doing it. So if you're good at math, you love that kind of stuff, logistics, supply chain, getting products from point A to point B, shipping, trucking. As much as you may hear on the radio or on XM, all these commercials about needing truck drivers, hey, listen to that. Truck drivers on good routes who have it together, who can live that lifestyle, and it is not an easy lifestyle. It's a pretty good job. So think that through. Look at the future. Ask yourself, what jobs are going to be around here 10 years from now, 5 years from now? Or if the economy completely tanks, are we going to need lawyers? Ha! No, we're going to need truck drivers because we got to get the food from the farm to the store shelves. Always going to be able to need to do that. Supply chain, technology, that is the wave of the past, and it will always be the wave of the future, and something you need to seriously consider. So I hate to tell, if you just signed up for law school, if you just put that debt on you, you may not have a job. So think about it, and if you got a concern, give me a call. Mike Baumgartner, Jobcast Radio. Shoot me an email, mike@jobcastradio.com. Give me a call, 304-867-4142. Again, 304-867-4142. We're going to pay the bills right now, and I will see you right after these commercial breaks.
Take this job and shut it.